About halfway.
Sure.
A little low. A little farther. Make it so you can see the
bit?
whole line. That way. Turn it up.
I am. This
Okay,
is
there.
fun.
Good. Good. You're good. I don't know if we're live, but you're good.
We gotta be.
Stop hitting that button. Still says
all right,
live.
we're
so.
live. No,
We're coming down live.
Yeah, I know, because we're live.
Not yet.
Okay. We
maybe
are because of the 20-second. What don't you understand about this?
I don't understand. This is my first day. What's that?
Oh my god.
What happened? Oh no, we're good. We're good.
We're
It's live.
fine.
I don't understand why that's
Whatever,
not working.
We don't need to know about that. Okay.
Welcome to Q&A with Ellen A. Hello.
Hi everyone.
Who's ever saying hi?
Everybody's saying hi.
Oh, my neck.
Yeah, so how y'all doing? We're on day 8.
Yep. Day
We're
8.
here.
We're here.
We're by ourselves.
Yep, no crew in town.
Nobody's behind the scenes today. It's a laundry basket and a sweatshirt.
Yep.
Over on the piano.
And 2 dogs on the couch. Yep.
So, I see a lot of people coming in. Cheers from Germany. Well, cheers.
Hello, Germany. Hope you guys are doing well down there.
Over there?
Yep. Over,
not
there.
down. Over. They're
no,
that
Australia's down.
way. Yeah, they're down
Yep.
under. Yeah.
Yep. Any Australia in the house?
I'm sure we have a couple, maybe. I don't know.
We'll see.
What time is it over there?
Yep.
See, people are surviving.
You know what we should do? You know what? Just put your country. Go ahead, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Just put the country you're in.
What country?
This is a worldwide situation, so we're all in this together.
Mm-hmm.
And we have devoted that we will continue Syman Says Saturdays. I mean, Syman Says Saturdays and Q&A. Do you need some help? Okay. About 30 seconds before we went live, she goes, actually about 7 seconds before we went live, she goes, I'm really not comfortable, but I can't fix it now. So she's just going to fix it now. But my point is, put them in. Here they come. Canada. US, US,
Angie B
US.
is Canada. Christian. Oh boy, too fast. Netherlands.
UK.
Wow.
US.
Lots of US.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Some Canada.
Yeah. Germany.
Another
UK.
Germany.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh, no, wait. Did she put US too?
USA, Ohio.
Oh, another UK.
Another Canada.
All right.
From Jenny G, Canada.
Yeah.
Lots of USA, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Planet Venus.
That one literally said Connecticut, Middletown. Yeah, you're right down the road. Yep.
Yeah,
UK,
right down the road.
UK. That one just blew. That one doesn't know the rules.
No, doesn't know the
No,
rules.
18 emojis.
Right. Oh, and it's
Happy
done.
people.
Gone.
Yep.
Bye.
Yep. See ya.
UK from our awesome moderator Tina. Excuse you.
Relax.
Gosh, we need a breathing tube.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
A breathing
What does
tube.
GGL mean? I don't know.
Oh, that's giraffe. The
Yeah,
screening.
don't know.
The screening. Anyway,
New York City.
New
Hope you
York
guys are doing well down there. I
is-
know it's getting quiet in the city.
Real. It's getting real. It's getting real fast. It's so last night our governor, just a little heads up, from the state of Connecticut, our governor put us down for what was it called?
30 days of non-essential.
No,
right?
I don't even know if it was actually 30 days.
I don't even know. That's what I heard. That's what we heard.
We don't even know what the timing of all of this is, but we have all been asked to stay home, which, duh, we've been doing for the last 8 days because I feel like we have a brain. I think the cat is locked in the mudroom.
Cat's stuck somewhere.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, we've not quite, they didn't name it shelter in place like they did in
They
some
said
places.
stay home, stay safe or something like
It's
that.
like
I'll be
their
right
whole
back.
initiative is, yeah, maybe that's it. Stay home, stay safe.
Yeah, it's not like that.
And really that's just been out of,
Hey, leave the cat alone. That didn't work. Hey, just think, you guys are still standing.
after all that, that's a small miracle.
That's a small miracle.
So,
Hazel could have taken you out.
Maybe the dogs will be back.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
We don't know.
Oh, one's back.
One's back.
Let me have my dog.
One's back. Yeah, so stay home, stay safe is the initiative. Non-essential businesses are all closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, grocery stores, banks, things like that are open. But everything else shut down.
Everything non-essential has been closed, which is also, I mean, it's a great idea, and I really think this will help get us through the hardest part of this.
Yeah, now I feel like you're behind me. Keep going.
If we all can just stay home And
as much as physically possible.
Yeah, I mean, just to go to the store, get what you absolutely need. Don't go crazy stocking up on toilet paper because, you know,
right.
That's silly.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, in a month, maybe we can all get back to normal.
We can get back to normal. I was excited that they said, as animal people, that pet stores are considered essential. So they're leaving the pet stores open. I mean,
Couldn't use Dropbox. Well, who cares?
Who cares? I don't need to use Dropbox. There's an error on the screen.
I'm not trying to use Dropbox at the moment, but thank you, computer. Yeah, I definitely, if you think about it, obviously our animals are essential to feed.
Yeah,
you know?
I was nervous about that, though. If you guys were in the barn this morning when we were doing our normal chores, I was like, is Tractor Supply or Agway or any of these feed stores, are they considered essential? And they are. So they will still be open. So hopefully that helps you guys if you have animals.
Yeah, which
and
I know,
states are
I know
doing
a lot
the same.
of a lot of people are concerned about being able to just get what they need to live, to survive these times, because it's crazy.
Yep.
Yes. Your cup is the first thing we're seeing. So can I have that?
I'll just take it back. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I have no idea what they're seeing because that screen didn't work.
Pet stores, but no grooming.
Yeah. All I know is we have 308 people watching and only 136 thumbs up.
On,
so let's just sit here and wait till we get to 300 thumbs up.
All right, we'll just wait.
We got 2 thumbs down. Thank you guys for your opinion. We appreciate everyone's opinion. We do. Because thumbs down actually help.
Actually, I'm trying to find what we look like, so that really matters. Okay, so
all right, it's getting better. Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
So where are we at? Syman Says Saturday, just so we all know, first time ever, crashed while trying to export. So I spent the last feverish hour and a half making a ridiculously fast edit on today's Syman Says Saturday. I didn't lose it. It was just, if it was done, I would have been able to hit upload. It would have uploaded while we sat here, and then I could have hit live later tonight, and it would have went live, and people could have watched it. But that didn't happen. So I got a feeling it's either going to go live super late tonight, or it's just going to go live first thing in the morning, which means we'll miss a day.
So part of Syman Says Saturday, are you okay here? Can you put...
Yeah, what do you need?
I got it. I got it. Part of our Syman Says Saturday is our...
oh my God. Just leave her. Jeez. Part of Syman Says Saturday is day 8.
Is the day 8 update of how we're doing and all that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have some updates for you guys. I'll just touch it.
Yeah, we'll talk about goats. We are a goat farm, if you didn't know that.
Surprise! We actually raise goats.
Yeah. I got to turn this off.
How was Amy's ligaments tonight?
Amy's, do you want me to be honest?
Yes.
I don't want to scare people or get them all excited. Amy's ligaments are mushy and not completely gone. But for me, the non-ligament expert, they were harder to find. Okay. So when we go back out tonight
I'll compare them to what I thought
we have to go back out later after this to
we have to give Frio his antibiotic.
Frio is antibiotic, so it's not going to be a late night. UK, it's already late.
Yeah, to be honest, it's all a lot of mental draining. At least for me, I feel very mentally drained today specifically.
Yeah.
And that could be due to a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's really quarantine related.
That's the overarching, oh my gosh, I'm dealing with all this and that.
Yeah,
That's
I guess. And then having the kids home for the whole week, we've gotten over the not Cinderella, what is it called?
The honeymoon moment?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's no longer yay, this is exciting, which it never was exciting. The kids are great, though. They're dealing with it the best they can.
Yeah.
We had our family meeting, which is in Syman Says Saturday, and that ended in 3 out of the 6 of us crying.
Yeah, that was in Syman Says Saturday, but you guys will see some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, schools are canceled until the 17th of April, and they're trying to throw together how are we educating the kids online. And in our situation, it's difficult for us because we have 4 kids and they don't have tablets. So
well, they have tablets, but they're not tablets that'll run the programs they need to run because they're ancient tablets.
2 of the little kids have first generation iPads, and that's really just to stream some YouTube every now and again.
Right.
It's not meant to run these apps that the schools use.
Right.
But we're lucky that both the schools that our kids are in do. They have Chromebooks and iPads for the kids, and they're just sitting in the classrooms collecting dust.
So they're trying to figure out a way to see if they can release them and let them all go home, let them log in from home,
and we'll
and
sign
create
waivers and all of that for the kids who need them.
Which will be nice if it all works out. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So that's going to be this week's project between home and school, is to figure out how do we get these. How do we get these tablets and Chromebooks home?
Right.
Filling out all the waivers, having to go to the school, which I'm already kind of nervous about how many people are going to be there and how we keep ourselves.
They do it like a drive-through. You go, you pop your trunk, they put the stuff in your trunk and close it.
Well, that's how the little kids' schools are doing it right now with the meal program.
Yep.
Where you literally roll down your window, you say, I need 2 meals. You pop your trunk, and they put the meals in your trunk, so nobody's touching anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think is a great program, and as long as I think if that's how this whole tablet pickup thing goes, I'll feel more comfortable.
Right.
So anyway, their online schooling doesn't start until next Monday.
Yeah. So that's another week,
and then we go from there.
Yep. So talk about Amy, seeing that everybody wants to know about Amy.
Yeah. So Amy, there was one question that we saw come in from Ann Reed. Being a TOG, at what point after 5 days do you worry about Amy, or do you at all? So Amy has gone a full 7 days late before her first year, I want to say. Yeah, that baby came out the size of a 2-week-old. She was huge. Yeah. So I do worry, but I don't worry because I know Amy's tendency is to go 7 days late. With triplets, I don't know that she'll actually make it 7 days because she is making some progress already.
Yeah.
But as of this morning, her udder wasn't quite ready yet. So, okay. So I want to do an update on Frio because I'm sure I haven't seen questions come in yet, but I'm sure there are questions. Frio's doing well. I know everybody was a little worried about him yesterday because he just seemed a little slow and lethargic. And the deal with Frio is he is just a slow little guy.
Yeah.
He's not, I don't want to say this the wrong way, but
say it the right way.
He's not a healthy little guy.
He's not.
All right. So we got Nevaeh's autopsy, necropsy is really what it's called in the animal world. We got Nevaeh's necropsy back. It did not show a ton of information, like conclusive, here's why this happened type of information. We do know why she wasn't meant to live. And that has a lot to do with fluid being in areas that fluid wasn't meant to be. So she had fluid on her lungs, she had edema, so swelling of the lungs, she had fluid in her thorax, she had fluid in her abdomen, she had something going on with her kidneys, there was a degeneration of the tubular, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what any of this means, other than she just wasn't meant for life. What caused all of this? When we went to have Roman examined because of his breathing issue, we took some blood work from him, and that blood work was sent out for testing because our vet was like, we need to test for this, specifically this. And that came back positive. So what that is, and you've probably heard me mention it before because we've had a case of it here on the farm before, and it's something that the state of Connecticut has never had before. And now we've had 3 cases in the last 3 years. 2 cases this year, 1 case 3 years ago. It's called Cache Valley fever, and it's a mosquito-borne virus that only affects these babies while they are between the 28th day and the 45th day of gestation.
Can you move that down? See if she'll snap.
So, If the mom is infected with that virus prior to that 28th day, the baby gets reabsorbed. They have a miscarriage. It's not that we can't tell.
Hazel, sit down.
Yeah, really sit.
Come on.
There's no way to tell whether that was the reason Harper miscarried back early on, because that could have just been Mother Nature, or it could have been this virus.
Oh, my eye.
Again.
Yeah, again, every time during Q&A.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, yeah, it explains Nevaeh. It explains Roman. Moo doesn't need to be tested because Roman tested so high for Cache Valley.
Right.
We know she was affected. Long-term effects from that we would watch her fertility because it could mess with her fertility. But other than that, she's healthy. There's no risk to Moo or Rainey. The assumption is, and it is a scientific connect the dots, blaring red flags would be that Rainey was also bitten. Right. And that's what caused Arey's problem.
Right. And
that's why Frio is what we categorize as special.
Right.
He's just our special little guy. We don't know. Cache Valley can do a lot of neurological things. It can do a lot of bone things, as we found with Arey. And it just wreaks havoc on these little babies. And we don't know what the life expectancy of these little guys are. But we, the ones who are still with us today are going to have a perfectly, loving life. And that does not mean we're keeping all the ones that were affected by Cache Valley, just to say that. We are going to try to find them great pet homes. We already have somebody kind of interested in Jules, and, we'll see. The right home will come around for Frio, but it has to be the right home.
Right.
So,
I'm not sure of that question.
Okay, so moving on. Sandra Hutchins asked, I've noticed you weighing Gia. Does she have
probably an eye, maybe issue?
An
Does
issue?
I don't know. You could just explain why we weighed her.
So no, we weighed Gia because you guys might have noticed earlier on in the week, she actually scratched her disbudding scab off and it started to bleed. And anytime, especially a little baby who was only 2 weeks old at the time, anytime a little baby gets a cut that bleeds like that, it can be a little painful. And we did notice that she seemed a little slow, this much. And just kind of enough to tell us that she might have been dealing with an owie. And so we needed to weigh her to know how much of the pain medicine to give her. Yep. And we started her on proactive antibiotics just because her little immune system is so young and she had an open cut. We cleaned it out the best we could. We sprayed it down with the silver liquid Band-Aid stuff that we've got. But it is still an opening that little bacteria can get into. So with a young, immature immune system like that, we did start her on proactive antibiotics. So we needed to know how much she weighed for all of that.
Yeah.
So that was that.
I feel like I'm just taking up space on the couch
Sorry.
tonight. No, you're good. This is goat stuff. This is what these people want to hear.
I know.
Not silly things.
Well, they want to hear silly too. I know.
This one right here, Nancy Hall asked, when the babies are born, can they see right away? Yes, they can. They can see right away.
Yeah. It's not like dogs or cats when they're born with their eyes closed and stuff like that. They can see right away. They root for the teat. A lot of it is done by smell and sight. So, yeah.
Liz?
I don't know what that is.
Neither do I. Holly, we're going to have to look into that.
Yeah, I'll have to. Holly, your question, I saw it. I don't know that I saw that come in. I will go and check our email folders and make sure it may have gone into spam or trash. If it is, it's still there. We'll find it, but I'll let you know.
You just did. Carol asked for an update
did.
on Rainy and Frio,
Yeah.
and you kind of just did that.
Yeah.
By the way, it jumps in here too, so
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
fine.
anything. What are you doing to Gia? Chris
Yeah.
West asked. We just answered that as well.
Yeah.
Please remember, that's Brenda. I saw a bunch of question marks, so I was like, oh, that's Brenda reminding everybody to use question marks. That's good.
They're all talking to each other now.
They are. Good. Keep it up.
Claudia asked, how's Roman doing? And actually, I have to tell you, if Dr. Kara hadn't called me and said he tested so astronomically high for Cache Valley fever,
yep,
I wouldn't, or had seen the x-rays myself,
right,
for his heart being enlarged and his lungs being compressed and this mass in his chest, I would have no idea.
Right,
that
Roman's doing great.
Was affected at all. He's, knock on wood, he is doing fantastic. He is a rambunctious little guy. Little, he's huge.
He's huge.
Yeah. And he's hanging with the big
It's been
kids.
a long day.
It's been a long week.
Long week. Lisa asked, can you induce goats? The answer is yes, you can. And we will if it goes too far, which I don't think Amy's going too far.
I think she'll fall in the
She's at what, day
5-day window.
3 late right now?
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be day 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
She'll be in that day 5, 6 is my guess.
well, let's see. What is she? Oh, no, she's already at day 154. So she should really have those babies tomorrow.
So tomorrow would be 155.
She needs
we're
to
gonna
have the babies soon.
We're gonna check her tonight and make the decision when she gets quarantined into her own little pen. Yeah. And this camera that we're using right now is the one that goes in bubble cam because we're having trouble with camera 3. I don't understand. We've always had trouble with it. It's weird.
It is.
But this camera will go on Amy, which means you guys will actually hang out in the rabbit area, but you won't see the rabbits. You'll just see Amy. You'll just see Amy. Yeah. We don't know if that'll be tonight, tomorrow, whatever, but it's coming soon. You won't go back in the bubble. No. We're not going to shove you in the bubble. No. Nobody likes the bubble. We actually wonder why.
I think I know. It's too low.
I think I know why. It's too much water.
Yeah.
It's too much of the water trough. I mean, it's cute when an adult the older ones come over to drink water, but that happens so infrequently. I think that's why bubble cam's not so popular.
Bubble cam needs to have a wider range.
We have an idea where you guys might end up.
Yep.
Okay.
Not really a question, but I do appreciate the support.
Yeah, Carol, thank you.
I feel like we're so boring.
We're so boring tonight.
Carol Holbert tried to think of a question all week, but couldn't come up with one. Just to let you know, we love you and we'll always support. So we actually have been feeling that love and feeling that support, and I feel like you guys have taken it upon yourselves to really kind of help us kind of take some of the pressure off of like this whole coronavirus and this whole shutting down of the state and not doing, small gatherings of people and all of that, and how that affects our small business and, and trying to come up with ways of like, I don't want to cancel my ticket. Would it be helpful to just buy more things? Would it be helpful to become a Patreon? Like, how can I help? And it really, that question kind of took me aback. It was in an email today as I'm just hitting refund. Somebody actually wants to talk to me. It took me aback because I was like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, you guys, my brain isn't even there. Like, I want you guys to do what you guys want to do. If you want to help us, there's so many different ways of helping us, and just being here and your support in chat, your support on the comments to our videos.
Oh yeah.
All of that.
Somebody wrote like a book on the video the other day. It was pretty
It was awesome. And the support is the emotional support is what I'm getting at, is so much more valuable right now than the financial support. The financial, money's money. Yeah. It's, the farm will stay afloat. We just have to do things differently right now. Yep. And it'll be fine. We'll get back to where we were going to be, whether that means doing goat snuggles later in the season or just having to push it off till next year. We don't know.
Yep.
But we'll get there because the priority right now is to just keep everybody healthy. And we still have a lot on our plates with Amy and Harper.
Right.
You know, we don't know. This is part of where my stress comes in because Moo and Rainey were affected by Cache Valley. We have no idea if Amy or Harper will be as well.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
We have no
We just
clue.
know it was a mosquito problem this season, and I don't know if you guys saw the dirt in the sand yet. Yeah, you did. You saw the dirt in the sand in another video. That is in the attempt to clean up wet areas so they don't stay wet. As you know, we have that muddy puddle in front of our barn all the time.
Yeah.
So it's to rebuild that entrance to the barn, make it so the water sheds and at least goes down into the woods and doesn't sit near the barn.
The problem is
to breed mosquitoes.
Our farm doesn't have anything unique.
No, than any other farm.
Than any other farm. I've hashed this out with Dr. Kara. We've brainstormed. She and I have probably been on the phone almost every day this week.
Yeah.
At some point, whether it was regarding Frio or Gia or this necropsy or Roman's blood work results. Yesterday we were on the phone like, what do we do? And honestly, her answer, Liz, right now we can't do anything. What's done is done. What needs to happen is we need to get through this health crisis in our country first.
Right.
As she's trying to figure out, is she non-essential? Is she essential? What constitutes a farm visit? What constitutes an emergency?
Right.
Where she has to go out. Does vaccinating horses against triple E, does that constitute an emergency?
Right. So there's a lot going on.
So, but she's like, right now, what's done is done.
Yeah.
Either Amy and Harper are going to have healthy kids or they're not. And she's very point blank. And that's where my head has to be, but my head's not there because it's down here in my heart, which I should never run my life leading with my heart, but I do. I should try to be more logical sometimes. So I think it's the anticipation of not knowing whether Amy and her kids will be okay, Harper and her kids will be okay. And I think that's what the ultimate stress, on top of, hey, we're all quarantined now, and this is so unsettling for everybody. Right. You know, and everybody's dealing with it in their own way. Being
I don't think I could put my foot there.
5, 7, 11, and 14, they all are processing this differently.
Yep.
You know,
they are.
And we're so, in this case, fortunate to have like a form of therapy right here on the farm for us to go and hang out. Your knee again.
Yep, my knee.
So anyway,
okay, Sarah, I'm getting to your question.
I'm sorry.
Ready? I'm jumping in.
I'm sorry.
Sarah, have the dogs ever met the goats? Well, Stella meets them all the time, but I kind of fixed that today. We fixed. You'll see it in Syman Says Saturday.
We're trying to make the fence baby proof enough for the baby goats to be able to go outside sooner rather than later.
Which will also keep Stella out, hopefully.
Yeah. Hazel doesn't go in with the goats just because
she's too big.
Well, Danica doesn't like dogs, especially big dogs.
Right.
She tolerates Stella. I feel like she does a good job. But no, she used to hang out in the barn with them, like when she was a puppy, like Stella does now. But once she outgrew that area, she stopped. And then Luke sees the goats all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you keeping Frio?
No.
Claudia Lopez, and now it's Chris West asked that question. Claudia Lopez.
It's not in the cards to keep Frio. Like in my mind, like I want to find him the right home.
You guys, you got to understand, with this whole quarantine, it's very hard for us to work with customers now to buy these babies. So it's looking at a really big issue.
We're gonna probably have to keep the kids a month longer than we want to. Yeah. Simply because we can't set up appointments for people to come visit them.
Right. Yeah. So it'll slow that whole process
I already have a rabbit customer who's like, okay, we'll see you in a month.
Yeah.
And hopefully they're still interested in a month. Because a lot can change in a month. Yeah.
So Claudia Lopez asked, is this what happened to Jack Jack? And the answer is no. That is not what happened.
No. Jack Jack's issue was completely environmental. He was bitten by a spider a month after he was born. All of this happened while the babies were in the mom's belly.
Right. Yeah.
So, in the way Cache Valley...
Early gestation.
Early, between the 28th and the 45th day of pregnancy.
So,
if you're interested
basically November.
If you're interested in any information, please Google it. It's called Cache Valley virus or fever, and it's spelled CACHE because it was originated from Cache Valley, Utah. Yay! It's now coming to New England because we don't have cold winters anymore.
And that's the problem. We don't have cold winters. It doesn't kill the mosquitoes, and it's here. And it's very prevalent in sheep.
Very prevalent in sheep because
Utah.
Because they deliver. Well, that's where it started because they deliver in the winter months, January, February time frame.
Which means they're bred in the...
What goats do, because they're seasonal breeders, we usually breed them in the fall.
Yep.
The later the fall, the better, because you're hoping that by the time the goats hit that 28th to 45th day gestation, that we've already had our first frost, and now Cache Valley mosquitoes aren't around.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Nope.
The only solution here is to breed later in the season. So you're talking about late November, December. Right. And the biggest issue with that, other than being really inconvenient, which obviously we would accommodate, our convenience is, who cares?
Right.
But fertility rate goes down.
Yeah.
So now getting them pregnant is going to be harder.
Yep. Then you're having babies in April. Right?
April and May.
April and May, and it's warmer.
Now you're dealing with flies.
Now you're dealing with flies in the middle of breeding. I mean, in the middle of kidding.
And all the afterbirth and the blood and everything.
Yeah.
And the umbilical cords, and I just can't even.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to do that.
You know? So we have a lot to think about. But like Dr. Kara says, get that off your plate because there's no sense in thinking about this right now because we don't have to start thinking about anything breeding related until the summer.
Exactly.
Hopefully by that point, we're done with this.
Diane, I think it is.
Yep.
Asked if we've ever had to do a C-section on a goat, and the answer is knock
no.
on wood, no.
Please, everybody knock on wood.
Do you think Frio... Who asked this?
Susie?
Yeah. Do you think Frio can be the other little one... What?
Do you think Frio can be with the other little ones at some point?
Oh.
Frio is with everybody.
He is. Frio is.
Yeah.
We moved him back in.
As of, what was it, yesterday or the day
I think
before?
it was yesterday we moved him.
No, it was the day before.
Yeah,
anyway,
possibly.
Frio went back and is in Gen Pop right now with Rainey. And, so he's in there.
For those of you that threw in super chats, thank you so much. Unfortunately, we can't see who has done it yet. We see that they're there.
Until we scroll down.
But they have to come up on our screen.
But thank you.
Thank you again. I don't want you to think we're ignoring it.
I do see them now.
Liz, Katie K's question.
So Katie K's question is Jules affected at all? 100% yes. So there's no way of one baby being affected by Cache Valley without all the babies in that pregnancy. So yes, Jules is 100% affected. We don't know how because we haven't, nothing has told us, hey, you're acting sick, let's look into this. So we just, that it just popped into my mind. With all of this Cache Valley stuff, Dr. Kara gave me homework and was like, I want a timeline.
Yeah, you had to build a timeline.
I want a timeline from each year.
Yeah.
What happened? If there were any problems during any kidding for each one of those years, I want to know what it was and how it could be related back to either a mom who had Cache Valley or may have had Cache Valley or to a daughter. I want to know if anything happened weird that year. I want to know, and I want to see if maybe other than Danica that one year, if we had another Cache Valley baby we just didn't know about. And in the process of making that timeline, we saw Papi.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she was born next to a twin who we thought had just passed away earlier in the pregnancy and started to decompose. The very next year is when Danica had her, what we call our water belly baby, next to Peggy Sue, whose front joint was on sideways, and that was the pregnancy that we took Danica's blood, and it was confirmed she had Cache Valley.
Right.
The previous year, though,
we didn't.
We did not do that because we just chalked it up to, well, that's just an unfortunate event.
Yeah.
And now we look at Papi's jaw issue and how it popped up, which could have been now triggered instead of this whole botulism came in on the hay and blah, blah, blah. It's now looking like maybe her pregnancy with Penelope, the first time she was bred.
Yep.
Her pregnancy...
If you're confused, don't worry, so am I. Keep going.
Her pregnancy induced... Cache Valley something.
Okay.
Like, whatever her thing was, something's going on with Papi, and we can't figure it out.
Right, the whole jaw thing.
And right now, the logical, when you go back and look at under what circumstances she was born under... And that she was born next to a twin who had a jelly belly that we just didn't...
Yeah, we didn't
know what that was at the time.
Right.
And neither did the vet. We just chalked it up to, well, isn't that...
Yeah, like that baby didn't make it.
Weird, and it didn't make it.
Yep.
And now it's looking like Papi could be our actual first case of Cache Valley on the farm.
Which you can't test her now.
It wouldn't tell us that she was... infected as a baby. All it would say is that between the time she was born and today, she may have been bitten.
But it could show proof that a goat can live very long with Cache Valley. That's kind of the
theory.
think
if we test her mom and Papi, we can make a reasonable argument that
All right, let's
so anyway,
Barbara's
with all that said, Papi is officially retired.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's where I was getting with all of this.
Didn't know that. That's good.
Yeah, that's what goes on in my head.
I accidentally retired Papi in a video weeks ago, and you were like, "She's not retired."
Oh, I didn't want to make that call.
I knew.
Yeah, right.
I'm just kidding. Barbara's question, Liz.
Barbara. So she asked, please tell us about Hazel being your service dog. Hazel is not a service dog. Hazel is a therapy dog. She does not qualify for the same rights under the American Disability Act. Service dogs can go everywhere and do everything with their owner. Therapy dogs cannot. They can only go to approved places. They can't really go on airplanes, and they're not granted the same rights. But Hazel is a therapy dog. She has not practiced in quite some time.
Oh yeah, she's still very good at therapy.
She's still extremely how would you in tune?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
When she knows, she just knows. She for the family, and I know if we brought her out, she would do the same for kids because she's done it in the past. Yeah. But she's very good at picking up on who needs it. Right. And she'll go over and literally lean against you and be like, okay, I'm here. Like a blanket while you're standing. But yeah, she's very good at it. And that's just, you can't train that into a dog.
No. Have you already answered that question?
Sandra Hutchins. Have you had a recent update concerning Arey? How do I approach that? Arey's not mine anymore. Right. So it's not my news to share. Right. So really, it's up to the Mia Foundation.
Doctor-patient confidentiality.
It's up to the Mia Foundation to update you guys on Arey. I can tell you she's well. She's active and she's a little house goat. And I know that Sue at the Mia Foundation is 100% in love with her and trying to figure out, asking questions like, how do I
raise a house
goat? And
how do I potty train?
Her husband is like, oh my God. Yeah. So she's very much loved and she's in the best hands.
And that's possible. The Mia Foundation. You could head over to their Facebook page.
They're on Facebook. They do post videos and stuff. Right. She's extremely busy, so I know when she has something to tell you guys, then, it'll be there.
Yep. How will Thor getting fixed? What will you do? Is that what I asked you today?
Yeah.
Yeah, because of this quarantine, we're wondering the same thing. So
we're
going
to
to talk with our
questions.
vet about that and see.
Susan and Tracy both asked about, will Thor have his surgery? How is this going to go down? I don't know. I don't know if that's an essential.
Can I have your phone? Somebody finally asked if we can turn up the volume. I thought it was loud enough.
I'm probably talking quiet because...
Could be you.
It is. But yeah, so that was one of my questions for Dr. Kara yesterday, and I actually just never got to it. So, I think I saw Michelle M's question. It was actually, how is Papi doing? And Papi, for being Papi, because all is relative here, Papi's doing great.
Yeah, Papi's fine.
She eats her grain every morning. I would love for her to be fatter, but I don't know that that's in her cards. You know, she eats a lot, and she doesn't gain very much. But again, we don't know exactly how this, we're gonna call it that she is a Cache Valley baby. We don't know what her insides look like that's causing these issues. We know it's a jaw thing. There's nothing physically wrong with her jaw. We've taken so many x-rays.
Yeah, we've
looked in her mouth. We sedated her. We did all of that.
Yeah.
And we can't find a reason for Papi's issues. Right. But it really does, when you start connecting these dots, it really does make the most sense.
Yeah.
That she's Cache Valley. Jerry Richardson. Roman and Jules are very close siblings. Won't they miss each other? That's something that I try to keep siblings together when possible.
Yeah.
Because I know that bond is strong.
Right, yeah.
But it's not something that is a deal breaker. And Roman is staying.
Yeah, Roman's staying.
And I know if the person who gets Jules,
yeah,
I know she will have friends.
Yeah.
And she will be so loved.
Yeah.
So, no, in the wild, siblings don't always stay together.
Nope.
It's not something that has to happen. They are close.
We try a lot, but yeah. So Sue asked, when are you taking the fence down so the babies can run around? We were actually working on that today. That's the preparation to make it so Stella can't get in there and chase baby goats, and hopefully the baby goats don't come out of our fencing. So we did a little of that prep today. So and when is the fence coming down? We don't know exactly.
We're going to do more work tomorrow.
But we're going to take a look tomorrow and see.
Did you buy that stuff at Tractor Supply?
I did. Well, not the zip ties, but I think I have another bag.
Did they not have them?
No, I forgot. Oh. I think they have another. I think I have another bag in the garage.
Okay.
And we'll see if we can finish that up for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris West, I love Bubble Cam.
That's good. Raggedy Ann said she does too.
What's this one?
Susie said, will you guys do the actual inducement on Amy? And no, I mean, at this point, we're not talking about inducing her. She's just making her own progress. It's all on her own time. It's healthier for her and the baby and babies and the delivery if her body does this all on her own. And she will. She's done it year after year. She'll do it. She just needs more time than everyone else.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I like Ann Reed's little comment here that they bought Cheez-Its today.
Yeah.
And they love them too. If you bought them because of me, you should tell the Cheez-It company that. So I can be a Cheez-It sponsor.
You're not.
Because I could eat a lot of Cheez-Its.
You shouldn't.
No, I know this. You tell Papi, I wish you're fatter, but you don't tell me that.
Well, because it's not as cute on you.
It is a good point. There's our first super chat.
There, it was Chris West.
We found it. Chris West.
Thank you. We love you too.
Let's see. Australia. We do have an Australia in the house.
Oh, see? That message took a while to get here.
It did. I thought we asked that question a long time ago.
So
Kim,
Claudia,
don't worry about it. We love you.
Claudia asked, have you finished the puzzle? So I work on the puzzle a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
The family pops in.
We're going to have to change the way we do updates, daily updates, because what's been happening is all those daily updates you guys saw, day, I think, 5, 6, no, today's day 8. So 5, 6, and 7 we're actually done with the real camera and real editing and all that, and that takes a very long time.
They were supposed to just be go live, not like go live, but
Yeah.
turn the phone
one take,
on
zero
your...
editing, really raw. Like the first couple, day 1, 2, 3, and 4, were from our phones, zero edit. Sit here, tell you guys what we're going through, what's going on, what's up, maybe some type of update. So do them later at night, 4 or 5, right before 6 o'clock at night before we go to the barn, and it's less work for us. Then I was like, nah, they're crap. They don't look good. They're not quality. So then I started editing them. Spend 2 hours in the bedroom editing because I edit in my office, and my office is off the bedroom, and that's taking 2 hours away from family time. It's like literally get the kids to bed. If you noticed, a lot of the last updates don't get posted until 9, 10 o'clock at night because I'm editing all night, and you guys don't care. We've noticed in the algorithm on the back of YouTube, you don't care whether they're edited or not. You watch them anyways. So we're going to go back to straight from the phone.
I do think they do care.
They do,
because the comments that they're leaving, and I'm talking about them like they're not here with us.
They're here. They're right here. They said no big crowds. This is a big crowd.
It's huge. We could get arrested.
We could get arrested for this.
That's one of the things that I do love about this is that we can all still come together like nothing's going on in the world
for a couple hours,
and then 84 people are sitting here with us on a Saturday night when
hopefully not thinking about the quarantine for an hour or two.
Well, now we are because we're all talking about it.
Right, but you know my point. So
yeah. So I mean, I get it because one of my ideas was to, instead of doing these edited videos, and have it be a thing, to have to sit and actually edit them, was to just do the updates from a different location on the farm each day. That's like we could go to House of,
we're trying to mix it up.
We could go to House of Pie and do the update there, and in the process, you guys get to see House of Pie teenagers.
Yeah, well, we're going to be quarantined for a while.
We'll figure this out.
I don't have 30 different locations.
Yes, we do.
Well,
we could totally. Oh, you have not even started thinking.
All right, that's fine. I was just telling you that's what happened with that. I don't even know how I got there.
Okay.
How did I get there?
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
Kathleen, right? That one?
You're down here. Yeah.
So Kathleen Goodyear asked, did Hazel, Stella, and Luke get their gifts?
Is that the gift I'm thinking of?
Yeah.
Kathleen, we got an idea. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Completely. I'm going to be honest with all of you. You guys send us so much stuff we don't ask for. We appreciate it all of it. But we can't use all of it. There's sometimes we get stuff and it's like, oh, this is cool, but I don't know if we can use this. Stella might be allergic, or I don't have a need for a Steelers toothbrush. Like, I mean, there's just stuff we get that it's like, thank you. Like, for example, the animal crackers, right? We have about 100 pounds of them. We gave one of them to our FedEx driver for delivering the 100 pounds. Like, so.
Oh, well, I felt bad because he was here every day delivering.
He was.
Cases this big.
Of animal crackers.
And he was like,
what are you guys getting?
What is going on?
Yeah.
And I was like, let me tell you a story about YouTube.
Yeah.
But no,
he actually went into the barn once.
Well, and he also has a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
I mean, animal crackers are like the perfect thing for a 2-year-old.
So we give it.
Anyway, so we did regift those. But we have friends who do a lot of work around here with us.
Right, and help us. You guys know Jenna and Rob and Angie and Javier. You guys know and
they
Bradley
have dogs too.
And some of them have dogs, so we might share some of that.
We're gonna share.
Kathleen Goodyear, awesome dog.
Which it was like an Easter basket. Like they were Easter themed dog treats.
Right.
I'm gonna sneak one to Stella and just deal with the consequences later.
Yeah, she'll get a treat. Some of them look like peanut butter cups, and others look. It's really, really cool.
It's really creative.
But that'll last Stella 5 years. I mean, there's no way Stella
It'll
can eat
last
that
Hazel 5 seconds.
Yeah,
and Luke.
That's true.
But I
don't want you to think of it as regifting. I want you to think of it as we're sharing.
Yeah.
Because we've got other dogs around.
Yeah, our 3 dogs.
In our YouTube community, if you want to call it.
Our 3 dogs can't possibly go through
Yeah.
all the snacks and stuff that you guys send.
I mean, they still gotta...
And we want to share with...
They still have to eat the chicken feet that Chris West sent.
I know.
We haven't even tried one of those yet.
Are you first?
Oh, heck no. That'd be Luke. Luke would totally eat that. We'll test it on Luke.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, Luke. And maybe in the summer outside. He's not eating a chicken foot on my couch.
It's not like...
Yeah, I don't know.
Gross or anything. It's just a chicken foot.
Look at the next one. Again, we don't ask for this stuff.
Yeah. So our Amazon wish list is 100%. Like, we don't need anything right now.
Yeah, we don't.
At some point...
Speaking of that, you guys kept asking. We shifted to the gate. The gate fundraiser went very, very well.
Oh
Unfortunately, the quarantine is putting a kibosh on everything right now.
But the money is still there.
That's just going to sit there.
It's the project is somewhat on hold because we can't have a whole crew of...
The company that builds the gate
the metal
out
gate
of
itself.
California, the metal gate itself. And I don't think they're non-essential. They're probably not open. I don't know. I haven't reached out to them. I really didn't want to bother anybody.
Right.
Still working with the electrician and the masonry to get official quotes. We've got ballpark, but now we're at the stage for official. So we're trying to total and get all that added up to keep the project moving. But as of right now, Amazon wish list, there's nothing. We're good.
I do want to say, though, after last week, I think it took several days to come down back to planet Earth and be like, did that really happen?
Oh, the auction? That was insane. We went back and watched some of it, and
it was amazing. And the fact that now, a week later, we can sit here and be like, guys, we're less than $2,000 away from hitting that goal.
Right.
Which I thought, if we can raise a couple $1,000 and somehow maybe, I don't know how we'll do the rest, but the fact that we're sitting at over 16 right now.
Right.
I'm so hopeful that this project is actually going to happen.
Yeah, it is. And I'm talking, unfortunately, so again, completely transparent. The masonry and the electrician were originally over the phone. This is what I need to do. What do you think it'll cost? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow, that's a lot of work. That's going to cost $3,000 to $4,000 per pillar to build cement pillars to hold up a gate. And he goes, that's a big project, blah, blah, blah. Then when he came out, the project got bigger because we have to break the driveway and take like a 4-foot section of driveway out to be able to, so it went even higher. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just like anytime you build anything.
Listen, I'm just happy we went to the stone store and I didn't pick the most expensive stone.
That's
in the
a very
store.
good point.
We both actually really liked this one stone, and
Connecticut, like local stone.
It's a local Connecticut, New England sourced stone.
You could actually put the picture of that on Facebook and show them what the stone's going to look like.
Did I actually?
I have one.
You took a picture.
I'll give it to you.
We'll post it on the.
So my point is, if you ever built a house or hired a contractor to build a garage, never trust the quotes they give you.
Yeah,
because
always
his quote already
20%.
went. The electrician's still trying to work on his, but it's constant. But the fact that we've gotten so close and we shut down the whole like Amazon wish list, let's focus on gate style thing. Yeah. The masonry guy was trying to say, hey, I can lower the quote. We could build the footers in the ground, put the metal poles up to hold the gate and not even put the stone pillars, but I'm like, that's not going to work.
Why would we do that?
I'm like, why would we do? He was just trying to find a way to save money.
No, we're going to do what needs to be done. Yeah. It comes down to, this is why, and, the comment that somebody left the other day still resonates with me. It doesn't bother me, but I really wish people thought more clearly before posting some ignorant stuff. Like, you have a job, as if your job is going to support everything we have going on.
No, and just because, so I was taught way back in school when I learned I couldn't read, because I still can't read that well.
You're functional reader.
I'm functional reader, but I read at like a 4th grade reading level. Like, let's put it real here.
Fifth grade. You and Tyler are around the same.
I learned that getting one job, working hard, that was it. That was the quote I heard, like, you need to work hard for your money. My dad, who doesn't watch these, which I don't know why he doesn't watch these, but He did the military, 35 years, one company, wanted me to go in the military, like, this is the way you should go, let's do it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, that's not for me. I'm too scatterbrained.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Good fit for you.
That is not for me. And this, you need to work hard for your money. And I was like, well, wait a second. Yeah, that makes sense. Of course you need to work hard, but you should actually make your money work hard for you. And I heard that quote, and I actually think it was like Warren Buffett in high school. Like, heard this quote, make your money work hard for you. And then the second part I heard was you should never have one source of income. Mm-hmm. And this shows that right now in this quarantine problem, right? You should never have just one source of income because you are not in control of that one source of income. Unless you're a business owner, you own the business.
Well, just think about it.
Even
we
then,
own this business and we still aren't in control of what's going on.
Right.
Because there's always something that can come up to affect that.
So I was always, as a kid, my brother was out playing baseball and doing soccer and things like that. Like, I'm talking 13, 14, 15 years old. I was washing cars and mowing lawns and shoveling snow, and that was my hobby.
Your fun, yeah.
And then I started a business in college instead of doing it as a fake business, as a project.
Which is what it was supposed to be.
Which is what it was supposed to be. I was like, why am I going to waste my time creating a fake business? I went to town hall, got a tax ID number, and turned it into a real business. Sold that business, and then moved on. So I've always had more than one source of income, but that doesn't mean that my day job and the farm business is enough to support everything we want to do. So that goes back to the ignorance of what we heard earlier. Oh, you guys have multiple incomes. You're going to be fine during the quarantine. That's not how life works.
Well, she was basically calling us selfish, which I think is
whatever.
So.
It's you think you know, but you don't. We share a lot.
Yeah.
Get it? But you don't even walk in my shoes. You have no idea.
Yeah, it was just an ignorant statement, right. And it's over.
And Jan O got her hat.
Sweet. See?
The auction hat. Speaking of that, though, every auction item has been shipped out as of today.
Yeah.
The post office, I had boxes that didn't show up.
They went and put them in the back.
They went and put them around the back of the house. We didn't know they were there. We couldn't ship things out. But
everything's out now.
Everything's out.
As of this morning, USPS came to the house and picked everything up. So anybody who hasn't gotten their auction item, you should have it. I don't know what the shipping delays are because of this whole...
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't know. But
they're all on the way.
Hopefully... ton of packages went out yesterday, and then more went out today.
Can you read that one there?
Doreen?
Yeah.
Love your daily videos. Look forward to them every day.
So that's why we do them.
Yeah.
It's 10 years from now. You can go back and watch these with our kids.
And I need to do a
20 years from now.
I literally need to do a better job of just taking in all the positive and reflecting, like getting rid of that negative. Yep. That's on me. That's one of the... last year I felt like I was struggling with having my barn not be my barn anymore and sharing that with everybody.
Yep, I remember that.
And don't worry, I'm so over that.
Those videos are still up there if you want to go watch them.
But I think this year it's how to deal with the
haters. Yeah.
How to deal with the haters. Easy. Because I've never been that whole, I don't know what the elementary school saying is, like, how sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me or something like that. Well, they hurt me.
Yep.
And I'm learning how to not have them hurt me because I am sensitive to that. And I only want to put out positivity and love and share, and these animals are here for everybody to enjoy. So when somebody doesn't like me, I'm like, well, what did I do?
Yeah,
and it's
but
not about me.
It's not about you.
It's not about me.
And nobody's ever going to, not everybody's always going to like you.
Well, the name calling and comparing me to somebody else that I was like, I don't think I'm anything like that.
And they weren't comparing you, they were comparing us to that person. So... Well, we'll keep going. Anyway. I like Mel's idea, and I actually thought about this the other day. Mel asked, would you consider another auction? So the answer is yes, but it wouldn't be for us. because we talked about it. It was so entertaining and so exciting that, yes, we would probably maybe do another one. We have to come up with unique items to sell. It would be, remember guys, I'm going to go back. This is a business. So it would be not a fundraiser style auction. It would be we came up with some unique things. Here's 10 things we put on our website.
What is she doing?
Who knows? You could take a look at them and we would sell them. It's, again, to run a business here, which all that money goes back into this.
My thing is if we're going to do an auction, there better be a purpose. Yeah. And if I don't have a purpose
the purpose is entertainment.
Yeah, but
and I didn't get to the whole story.
Okay, I'm listening.
The second part is to help our friends. So some of our friends are very creative as well, but they don't have the means of an audience or a website or the system in place. So we might take some of their products may end up in the auction to help them, because they sell their products at like farmers markets and things like that. And it just doesn't get as exciting as an auction in this living room.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Again,
I don't know how I feel
we don't know
about that. I can't say.
Ideas are always spinning.
Yes, very few of them stick.
Very good point.
I don't know.
That's how it's supposed to happen.
Because I just, I don't know. It made me. I struggled with coming up with the first auction because I didn't know whether it was the right thing to do, to say, hey, all right, we need help. And this is why. Because we want to continue our time with everybody on YouTube. But we can't do it with the risk of more people driving down the driveway. Of not having security set up at the driveway. So that's where I struggled. I was like, we need to do this, but I don't know how to do it. And you guys were like, well, let's do an auction. Let's come up with ideas. And we brainstormed here on the couch.
Yep. Carrie M, of course you can. We'll send you. Carrie M asked, hey Liz, could you send me a picture of the Jake artwork that I bought last week, please? Yeah. So does everybody even know what Carrie M did?
I don't know.
I don't know if you guys know, but if you watched the auction and Jake's photo that went berserk, his mandala picture that went crazy, and it went up to $1,700. Carrie M was the one that purchased that and told us it's too special. You guys keep it. Yeah. So it's actually right over there. And it's going to go on the wall right over there, and I am not going to cry. I'm going to move to the next question.
I will send you that picture, though.
Yes, we'll definitely get a picture of it and send it to you. Would you please update the Amazon wish list? Oh my gosh, hot right now. And that was Queen Bee that said that. Liz, over here.
Hold on, because I saw Rita right above that.
Oh,
she
I didn't.
Asked, is there someone that watches the goats overnight while you're sleeping? How do you get alerts if something comes up with one of them? So Rita, we watch the animals overnight. Obviously not watch 24/7, but the live stream is streaming in our bedroom on our TV. And the volume is up high enough where I feel like if something were to happen, we would hear it.
Yeah, if it's not normal barn noise and a goat starts to scream, it would wake us up. Yeah. I mean, it's loud enough in our room.
Yeah. However, our moderators are fantastic, and if you see something, say something, especially as we get close to kidding. We've got little babies in the barn who are prone to accidents. Definitely private message one of the moderators, and they can kind of filter whether it's an emergency or not, and filter it through me, and get that message to me. We do try to say, make sure it is an actual issue.
Yeah.
We've had some cases where nothing was said and it was an emergency, and we've had other cases where something was said and we were like, this is nothing. Yeah. So, use your best judgment.
Yeah.
And that's why we say please go through moderators so that, they can kind of say, oh yeah, we've seen this before, it's okay. Or let's give it a minute.
Yep.
That kind of thing.
So, is that Skylar?
Skylar, yep.
Yep. Skylar asks, with 2 babies, do they always nurse off the same nipple, or do they switch back and forth? Well, first, I'm going to educate. It's a teat, not a nipple.
Thanks for that.
Just saying. No, they switch back and forth. Yeah, they'll jump to either side.
You will see a singleton does have a favorite.
Singleton will have a favorite side.
Yeah, like Frio has a favorite side. That's why we have to milk out Rainy's one side, because he just doesn't even touch the other side. But then there's Gia, who nurses off of both sides just fine.
Yeah.
That's also the difference between a normal baby and
Chris West said in Pennsylvania, vet care is considered essential.
Yes.
Did that just blink? Oh gosh, I hope you guys are still here.
They're fine.
No, we have not finished the puzzle. We went straight to the 1,000. Tomorrow's update's going to have puzzle update.
Hey, I'm making some good
We are making progress, though. We definitely are making some progress. Yeah. There's the other one, Liz.
There it is.
Cindy with her $20. Thank you. Comes to the... I don't know, Liz, you can't... Oh, you can't
be logical when it comes to heartbeats.
Yeah,
you can't. No, I mean, because there are automatically, when it's an animal, you're doing everything through your heart and very little through your brain. That's just how
Susan Battersby says Thor's surgery, question mark. We kind of already went over that.
Yeah, Thor's surgery is the castration. We'll be doing a surgical castration rather than banding because of last year's issues with banding. And now with this whole coronavirus thing, we're not sure when that surgery can happen. It needs to happen, or it can happen between 10 and 12 weeks old. And Thor is now 10 weeks old. So we do have to think about this. Yeah. I don't know that now is the time, but we don't want
we've got 2 weeks, right? Roughly?
Yeah, we really need to start thinking about it soon.
Right. This is a good one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Nana T, sorry.
Thank you.
Zoned out.
Yes, you did.
Nana T.
Yeah.
Oh, does it affect... I didn't know you wanted me to read the question too. Does it affect the babies if the buck is bitten by a mosquito or just the does? That's a gray area. We don't know. Yeah. I would think this does not change this virus does not change the boy's genetics. So I don't think it would change his semen. It would just, it's all in the developmental stage. So, 100% chance the bucks can get bitten and be affected, but I don't know what the effects on the baby. It won't really affect the baby because his job is to just donate his DNA. He's not incubating, and and that's when the babies are affected.
Right. So Michelle
A
asks, is the couple with the radio in their barn interested in any babies this year?
Not that
I don't know.
Heard. Not that we've heard.
They're probably watching.
I'm sure they have their hands full.
Yeah.
They have now 6 goats and 3 donkeys, I believe. Yeah. So, and their donkeys are special needs. So I know they've got a lot on their plates.
It's interesting that this question gets asked almost at every Q&A. How many goats can we have on our farm? We don't know. That'll be my answer today.
We do know, but
we do.
Yeah, it's just not one of those questions.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Put it this way, we won't get towards that number. It's that simple.
Yeah.
This village is the best.
It's not even how many are we allowed to keep, it's how many can we handle.
Right.
That's what it really comes down to. And we don't want to get to the point where we can't handle the number of goats that we have.
Yeah.
So that's the question that we're more concerned with staying on top of, is how many can we handle?
Yeah. I felt it coming.
Did it?
Yep. I could, because it wouldn't scroll, and then it jumped. And then it jumped, and I don't know where I was. So.
Nope, hadn't seen that question. Keep going. Sorry,
guys. I gotta figure out where I left off. Hang on.
We didn't do the same. Oh, I did see it is Kimberly's birthday tomorrow. Nope, we still.
No, wow, guys, we're way behind. Sorry. All right, we're up here.
All right, so we may have missed some
We
questions.
may have missed a question or two. We're running a little behind. Let's go quick.
Yeah.
Go.
So Claudia asked, Danica still babysit Thor and 80 now that all the kids are in Gen Pop. I don't see her hanging out as much, only because she would go and take them out into the field and babysit, and because we blocked that all up, she doesn't really take them anymore. So yeah, it'll be interesting once the gates are down whether she continues babysitting for some of the other babies too, not just Thor and 80.
So Kathy Gamby asked, do you know what you are going to do for baby goat snuggles yet?
Yes, we do. So the announcement today, because of the announcement made last night by the state of Connecticut, we are shut down for at least the next 30 days, and we've postponed the opening weekend of Goat Snuggles to May 2nd and 3rd. Honestly, if you're...
So instead of April
4th and 5th.
It's now May 2nd and 3rd.
Right. And your day, so your Saturday is going to be same Saturday, but just a month later, and your time slot is also the same.
Yeah.
We're
Unfortunately, we can't stop the babies from growing.
That's the unfortunate
but
side effect of all of this.
Harper's babies should be here by then.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So.
And then,
we'll
so all classes other than the opening weekend, all other classes in April have been postponed. And we can actually, if anybody has like an April 11th and April 18th, any of those weekends in April, contact me and we can reschedule to any other time other than the May 2nd
Other
and
than
3rd.
the May 2nd, right. We can't
So whatever day and time works for you guys, on obviously the days that we have committed to doing Goat Snuggles, just send me something that says, hey, I just want to change my day and time from this to that, and I can make that happen.
Right.
I learned how to do that today. I was so proud of myself.
That you learned how to do. The other part, we still have to figure out how the back end of the website's going.
Yeah, that's above my pay grade.
Man, mine too.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yep. Harley Jane, do you feel that it would be beneficial, for you to turn the barn cams off for an hour or more each day so that you can have me time in private? I'm sure all would agree that you deserve it. So Harley Jane, that was something I struggled with last year. Like I was saying, I don't struggle with that as much, and I do take the time when I need it. And I try not to feel guilty about it. But I almost find it like I don't even really know you guys are there anymore. So I take my time when I need it. I was cuddling Gia last night, and I was not thinking about, what are they saying about me?
And to be honest, the cameras aren't easy enough to just flip off real quick and flip back.
I wish they were.
Because we tried to do it yesterday. You might have overheard, like, hey, I want the audio off. Like, turn the audio off. Let's turn some music on.
Right.
And we couldn't get the audio to shut off on the cameras.
On both cameras.
So you guys were with us. We didn't get that time we wanted, just the two of us in the barn with some music playing. And we couldn't figure out the software's just not that good. Yeah. So we get it what you're saying, but logistically it's almost more difficult to. It's just let's get the barn done faster and go back inside.
Well, and we also have to remember, we have House of Pie too. So if I really needed a moment, I can go out over there and snuggle with the teenagers. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Who goes to snuggle with teenagers?
Yeah.
But they are sweet boys.
Yeah. My hat is asking me about a camera in with Amy's birthing stall. Yeah. As soon as Amy moves into a stall, this camera
that'll all happen.
Duchess. Yeah, Duchess won bunch of numbers. Why did you keep all the weathered boys in House of Pie? We don't need boys in this barn.
This barn is meant for is set up for delivering babies.
Yeah.
So we have all the kidding stalls and everything, and the wethers are just taking up room.
Yeah, they just mow lawns.
Yeah.
That's what they do. So Mary Lou asks, how deep is the floor in the barn? Right now with the hay, it's probably about a foot and a half.
I would say it's about.
If you're asking how deep under that, 6 inches or so of sand, 4 to 6 inches of sand. When we built it, some of that sand has made it out during mucking. Liz, that one?
Sarah, what kind of music do you listen to when you have private time with the goats? A lot of country.
Yeah, today's country. So that's kind of like, country rock, country pop, whatever they call it. And then sometimes we just tell Alexa.
Bob.
We call her Bob when we want to talk about her.
We call her Bob when we want to talk about her behind her back.
Yeah, so we just tell Alexa to play music, and she'll play like today's hits, like stuff like that.
Or like our most popular.
Which we skip a lot of.
Yeah, well, because Jake uses the Bob to stream music at night before bed. Well, not before, but during.
Like he falls asleep to it, yeah.
And so his selection of music gets our whole playlist ruined.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Kimberly F.
I know, it's Kimberly's birthday tomorrow. Oh. So awesome.
More evening ones with outside peeper sounds.
They were talking about the Arey do the easiest updates.
I like the raw videos. Yeah, they can get interesting when a kid walks in and just starts blah blah blah.
I like the raw videos. The oops, that came out wrong.
Yeah.
You don't have to edit the videos.
Yeah. Liz, here you go.
Right. So Patrick brought up a good point, and his question was, will Rainey and Moo be retired from breeding because of the Mosquito Valley? So it's the Cache Valley fever. The short answer is no. They will not need to be retired because of this. We will try to get them bred in the fall, and hopefully, cross our fingers, just like Danica, we were able to breed her after her run-in with Cache Valley with no infertility issues, but it's something we will keep an eye on if either one of them start having chronic issues with not settling, meaning not getting pregnant even though they were exposed to the buck. It's just something that we might have to keep an eye on. But neither one of their pregnancies was anything like Danica's issue with Cache Valley. Meaning it wasn't a hard delivery. We didn't have to really, the babies weren't so disfigured that they were impossible to get out like Danica's one baby was. Yeah. Which I think was the reason her uterus tilted and she had issues last year. So as of right now, I mean, everybody's evaluation for whether they will be bred come next fall is on the table. Like, nobody is 100% yes, she's being bred. We don't make that call until
September, October.
I was gonna say August.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Did you get a ladder for the barn? Yes, Lisa. Yes. Oh yeah, God. We talked about that a couple times.
Used it several times
yeah.
too. I think Lisa was the one that sent it. So thank you, Lisa, for sending that. It's actually the world's cutest step ladder.
That is a very it's a pretty cool ladder.
Kathleen got her Stella paw print.
Stella paw print made it out. How many acres do you live on? 9.9 something. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, we round up to say 10.
We say 10, but it's really like 9.97 or something like that. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to skip and look for I know there's a lot of cool comments in here, but I'm skipping around because I'm still about 25 minutes behind.
Yeah, we answered that one.
We answered that one. Yeah.
All right. Carrie E. asked, who is the naughtiest kid? Headbutting, nibbling, etc. They all have big personalities. Do any of them have any distinctive quirks you have noticed?
Yes.
Okay, you start then.
Moo's daughter.
Jules.
You know,
that behavior
She's got a little spunky in her.
That behavior, just like I thought.
She's
that behavior has settled since.
She settled a little?
Yeah. So when Jules, I was really worried about Jules. When Jules was in the kidding pen, in the first 2 weeks, she would headbutt anything that moved. She would just headbutt it. And I'm like, I don't like you. It made it very impossible to like be sweet and snuggly towards her. But she's since stopped doing that. Ivy likes to nibble, and Chanel likes to climb to the very top of my head and chew my hair. Gia likes to be snuggled, and she likes to get these wispies at the bottom of my hair and chew on them. Roman is just a big love bug. I mean, everybody's got their own distinctive personalities, but, I don't know why, but since integrating everybody into Gen Pop, Coco has gone into her shell, and now she's just like, Mom, don't touch me. She doesn't want to be snuggled anymore, which is sad. But it might come back. Who knows? Let's see. Matthew and James are rough and tough young men, but Matthew loves to snuggle, and James comes over to investigate. Everybody has their own little thing.
Somebody said something about slow mode. It's not just you, it's everybody. It's not just one person. When we put it in slow mode, it's everyone. And it's only a 20-second slow mode, so we can find questions. Without that, we can't keep up.
So fast, and then we lose questions. So.
Right, and we try to answer every question. We don't just pick and choose. We don't just answer the questions from people that pay. We don't do that. We try to answer them all, and we try not to make these go 3 hours. So,
hey, that was a one-time thing.
That was a one-time. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. I'm still looking.
Excuse me. Kathleen asked, "How long do I have to use?" My special tour package.
As long as you want.
As long as you want. Whenever life comes down through this whole coronavirus thing. There is no expiration.
There's no expiration dates on those. You guys want to plan that out and save it for
a year from now, 2
next
years
year's
from
kidding
now.
season, whatever.
Yeah, it's one of those like
We're
when you can get out here and we plan it, we'll plan it.
Yep.
Keep scrolling.
I'm trying to find. There's a lot of
There it is. Nope, we already answered that one.
Yeah.
We already answered that one.
What, Liz? Have you checked to see if you fit in the coffee table yet?
They were suggesting that
Quinn hid in the coffee table.
Yeah, that might be a good place for me to take my mommy break. And 100% chance says if I even get in it, I'm not getting out without a fire department coming, and that would be unfortunate because it's a nice coffee table, and I don't want the saw.
People like watching you sit in the barn and snuggle baby goats.
Yeah, I know, because they all want to be me, and I try to give kisses. To all the babies from everybody. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep
scrolling.
I see question mark. Has Jake been working? Barbara asks, has Jake been working on his drawings? Has Tyler been cooking and baking more this week?
Yeah, Tyler's doing a little cooking on the grill, some burgers and hot dogs and quick stuff like that. He has to make banana bread. I can't believe I said that out loud. Because it's like a famous banana bread recipe.
Do we even have the secret ingredient?
The secret ingredient, I don't think we have.
I don't think we have it.
No.
That's all right, we'll make it without
It's called amaretto, if you were wondering. It's not a secret anymore.
Anymore!
But yeah, I haven't made the amaretto version in a very long time.
We don't have it.
Liquor stores are considered essential.
I thought that was the biggest crock of you-know-what.
They are, so I might have to run out for amaretto.
Hey, if you're there, I need Bailey's for my coffee.
I'm
starting, guys.
No, it's getting close.
It's getting real close. But has Jake been working on... One thing I want to say about the kids, actually, this could be an utter disaster.
Oh, it could be.
For so many kids. Right?
We know people that are like, funniest post we saw on Facebook. What was that homeschool post?
Okay.
I've got 2 kids in detention and a teacher that's about to get fired for drinking on the job. Yeah. No, there's a lot of good homeschool moms out there.
So far, the 2 kids have been suspended. Yeah. It's funny, but...
Canoodling with the principal. Yeah, I don't know. So it's this could be a disaster, but the kids are doing very well.
Our kids are
other than they're crying today during the.
So Quinn got a little sensitive, and
Quinn
that
did.
just okay. It's just like at daycare when one kid starts crying, they all start crying. So Quinn started crying, and Jake, being the sensitive kid he started crying because Quinn was crying, and then Livy started crying because Quinn was crying. It all
and
started
then Mom
with
held
Quinn.
it back.
Quinn, I did until later, and then I lost it. But anyway.
Yeah. And it was just the fear of the unknown. Like,
I think Quinn is...
Because it came up that they don't know when they're going back to school or if they're going back, and that's when Quinn was
so here's the thing is, we're transparent, and I know Jake wants to be, but doesn't know how to be, kind of like an ambassador for mental health.
Yeah.
And I've always, all the stories, I've always said, I won't share any of this, like this. And he's like, no, it's fine. Go ahead. His goals for this year and everything that he's been working towards has been with the goal of actually finishing the school year with his peers.
Yeah. Going to school on the last day of school.
Yeah. Because for the last
2 years.
Well, this will now be the third year.
Yeah.
He hasn't finished a school year.
They don't go back.
He hasn't finished a school year since 5th grade.
Right.
And he's in 8th grade right now.
Right.
And 8th grade's a big year because you're graduating middle school and you're going off to high school, and there's graduation and there's field day and there's field trips and the yearbooks and all that stuff. And there's a huge question mark over whether that will happen. And Tyler's in the same situation, being in 5th grade, because in his school, that's the last year of elementary school before going off to middle school. And so he gets a graduation and all of that same stuff. His last field day as an elementary school kid. He's the oldest kid in the school, being a 5th grader. So there's a lot of, we don't know what's going to happen. And but they're handling it well. And I have to say, because we went for a walk today, for the first time ever.
Yeah, we did.
Didn't put up.
Yeah, he didn't put up a fight. We let him take a scooter, but still, he got him out of the house. Got all of them out of the house. But
not just he didn't just go and was like, "Fine, I'm here."
Yeah.
It was he was watching out for Tyler's safety. Yeah. He was interacting with Quinn and Livy.
Yep.
He took a selfie with me, willingly, just the overall mood, his overall mood. It's one of those things where when Angie's going through a tough time with one of her kids, or somebody emails me or private messages me and says, I'm having a hard time, and watching Jake's progress gives me inspiration to keep fighting through these sessions, to deal with my own stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And he's put up the work, and I just hope that everybody who's going through this can see this is temporary.
Yeah.
And that we can get through this 1 month of crazy and stress and...
Oh, you meant this as in the quarantine.
As in the quarantine. The quarantine is temporary for everybody. Yeah. We will eventually get back to our lives. But I know how hard this... I can empathize with all the people who struggle on a good day with their mental health, how this can really throw a monkey wrench in. And that's why
these cameras need to stay up.
Yeah, well, and they will. We were never questioning.
Oh, it's huge on Twitter right now. What is everybody watching on YouTube? I need something new to watch. What are some of the... It's all over Twitter, everywhere.
And Netflix series.
Even some news channels are posting things on... Twitter's very news-oriented. They'll post something and say things like, what are your favorite Netflix shows? They're trying to help other people find new content.
Well, think about it. We do, in a sense, I don't want to say we have it easy. Our challenges are different. Yeah. But we are fortunate enough to have the land to be able to go outside and
walk around.
And play.
Yeah.
And get the kids on their machines and just Zoom, and go. We have that as a privilege. That's a privilege that we worked hard for, but they have it. And this is where they will benefit the most because they can just go out and you can even go and walk the trails and get that outside time where there's other people in New York City who can't do that. Yeah. So we all have to put everything into perspective.
So there was a lot of stuff I saw bouncing around that I kind of skipped. A lot of it wasn't questions. Some of it was the same question I heard earlier. I don't understand why so many people are obsessed with how many goats we're allowed to have, because I saw that come across again.
Was it the same person?
Nope, it was a different person with a little bit of an aggressive tone.
Oh.
Please tell us the maximum number. No, I'm not going to tell you.
I don't think it was an aggressive tone.
But I will, it's fine. Rainey still drinking the milk? What was that? Rainey? Rainey was trying to
milk her, and then she would
turn around and drink it. No, we're actually using that milk during all this.
Now that she's being milked in a milk stand, she's not able to turn around and.
If you weren't here in the beginning of Q&A, that's a good question. The update on Amy is she's still pregnant, and we're gonna check her tonight. We have to go
out there to give Frio his antibiotics this evening.
So we'll check her again, see if she needs to move tonight, or if she
can wait until the morning.
Wait till the morning, and possibly move sometime tomorrow or the next day. We don't know. Into her stall, but it's coming. It's coming very soon.
It's coming really soon.
Does Jenny have good bloodlines? You seem to keep all her girls. Oh my gosh, you're right. You do.
There's something magical that happens between Jenny and Giovanni. I can't pinpoint it. Genevieve is such a great mom.
Yeah.
She passes that good disposition. Both of them. Both of their personalities get passed down to the babies. They're super easygoing, very personable. They're great moms. And conformationally, the breeding between Genevieve and Giovanni, their babies are always better than what the mom and the dad are. Yeah. And so I don't know.
So Raggedy Ann asked a very good question, and I don't even know this. She said, has the company that we use to print our shirts closed down during all this? Mm-hmm. In other words, a lot of the stuff we sell on our website we don't make, like the swanky sauce we make.
And the lotion.
The lotion we ship. When you guys order that stuff, it's shipped out of here and it goes to you. But a lot of the other stuff, like the sweatshirts and the shirts and things like that, are not. Yeah. We could. If it's been a
while. So if she's saying if it's been a while and I haven't gotten the shirt, I just hope they have. Yeah. So if that's the case and you have a shirt that you ordered a while back, because this all just started going down. Just text me or email me your order number and we'll look into it. But that is something that we should look into double check that on Monday to make sure there's no announcements from the companies that we use.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything. I've been reading my emails.
It's not an essential.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything. Yeah.
All right. Well, if anything, I can reach out to their customer service and just ask, hey.
Who does most of the cooking? It's either me or Tyler.
I don't cook.
Yep, she doesn't cook.
I mean, I can, but I don't.
Liz, do you watch Dr. whoever that is?
Pole, no.
Pole on TV? Mm-mm. No, Liz does not watch Dr. Pole.
I have seen an episode, maybe two, but I'm not a religious Dr. Pole follower. Hold on, we're reading questions.
I'm reading a question. Carol asked me a question about
how to private message you or communicate with you about my last case of swanky I gave out
to a friend that owns a local market. You'd have to go to the Syman Says Farms.com website. Just go there. And just email at the bottom
of the website. There's a contact us.
Or even at the Let's Get Swanky website.
Matter.
Either website, there's a contact us. You go there, fill it out, and it'll shoot over to us in an email, and we can take a look at it.
KT asked if you wanted anyone to know one fact about raising a goat, what would the fact be? They're born trying to kill themselves.
They're always trying to get into trouble.
The best thing I can tell somebody who wants to get into raising goats is to get down on their level and think, how can I kill myself?
Yep.
I don't want that to, it's not funny. I'm not saying it to be funny, and I'm not saying it to be like smart, but I'm legit saying it. Goats are mischievous, and they will look for any way to cause themselves harm.
Yep.
So that's the fact. Like,
yeah, overbuild,
overprotect,
overcautious. Like, she'll walk around and be like, I don't like that hole.
Yep.
What do you mean you don't like that? Yep, a goat can get his hoof stuck in it. I don't like it covered up. And now I got to go find spare. You guys can see it in the barn. There's patchwork everywhere. It's like just a piece of wood like this big with some screws in it because there was a hole there that nobody liked.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's overbuild. What is a goat's life expectancy? I think Marion. Right?
Yeah. So Maureen. Sorry. Roughly, what is a goat's life expectancy? It's about 12 years.
Yeah.
We've seen not here on our farm, but we've heard of goats making it to 18. That's kind of rare, but good practices, great bloodlines, healthy animal.
Still running about 20 minutes behind. We're going to try to catch up and get out to the barn and check on Amy. How long after due date do you worry about the goat having its baby goat? But you know what I meant. Sarah asked that question.
Depends on who it is. If it's Amy, I don't worry until she's approaching 7 days. Even though it's a plus or minus 5 days, Amy goes a while. So what Amy's doing right now, being 154 days with signs of still needing time, is normal for her.
Now I'm getting the same questions twice, mainly because I think we were so far behind, but we already answered.
Amy asked, what would y'all do different in breeding season?
I'm assuming that was from your conversation.
I'm assuming it's about the whole mosquito Cache Valley.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're brainstorming how to get the mosquito population lower on the farm. I don't want to spray. We've got animals that eat grass. I don't know. The only thing we can really think of is to go back to breeding in October and not later in October and not late September. I don't know. I mean, Moo and Rainy were bred on the exact same day, September 30th. You take the 28 to 45 days, that puts you solidly in like late October, early November. How are we still having mosquitoes in November?
Because it's not cold.
I know. But then how, other than just delaying breeding and skipping that first cycle, going to the second cycle and hope to God they come into a nice strong one.
Yeah.
How do you
know.
I don't know.
So if Papi was affected with Cache Valley, is Penelope okay?
Don't know.
We don't know.
So, okay, this is where Cache Valley is so new in our area that our vet literally has to go back and read.
Yeah.
And read literature and ask questions of people who are smarter than her. And
not smarter, but
this is how she words it.
I know.
This is how she words it because she's very real, and she's not going to be like, she's not going to give me an answer and then without actually knowing the answer. She says, I need to consult somebody who has more knowledge in this subject than me.
She needs to call people in Utah that
somebody
deal with a lot of sheep.
Smarter than her.
Yeah.
We don't know. I don't think that Penelope is affected at all. It's a question. Here's the biggest question. Who has immunity on the farm? Because once you get Cache Valley, you carry immunity.
Yeah.
Now, does that immunity pass to just the pregnancy that they got bit during?
Yeah.
So Cache Valley gives the mom immunity. She cannot get Cache Valley again. But the babies that she carried during that pregnancy were affected. They carry some immunity, but you're never going to breed them because they were affected. Now that mom who was like Moo, say I breed Moo next year, is Moo immune And are her babies next year, while she's pregnant, are those babies immune to Cache Valley if Moo gets bitten again during that 28th to 45th day?
I have no idea.
We don't know. But we want to know who's immune on the property. Because those are the ones that we're going to breed. Because then they're not going to pass down. Their babies aren't going to be affected by Cache Valley again. The question becomes, if, say, Danica, who had a Cache Valley baby 2 years ago, are Grace and Evelyn also immune?
It could be.
We don't know how the immunity is passed on. For how long are they immune for?
Right.
We don't know.
Yep.
We don't know.
Yep. No, Susan.
This is what keeps me up at night.
Susan, we do not grow our own hay. We
gosh,
have to buy it. We actually have to order more right now.
Yep.
Like right now. Can you call them?
Yeah. They're closed.
Okay.
What are you doing to my
They
cup?
better be considered essential.
They better be.
It's animal feed.
It is. They're
They should
probably
be.
essential.
Yeah. I think that's a question, but I'm not sure.
Granny Barb is a funny kind of comment. Either James or Matthew has a thing for Coco. LOL, he needs to be on the early weathered list.
Yep, this is
All
true.
the little boys are practicing. What's up, bud?
One thing is, why is the light very weird?
What do you mean very weird?
It's not bright.
It is bright on the...
It's bright enough here. People
bright
can
enough on
see us.
there.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks fine. I thought so too. It didn't seem bright enough, but it looks bright enough
Yeah, it
there.
looks like very
Very
old-fashioned.
dim. Old-fashioned lighting, he said. He said we're old-fashioned.
It looks like the couch color.
The couch color. Yes, it's very warm
right.
lighting.
Daddy, can I have it?
Can you have... Sure. Whatever.
A
Go ahead.
Pop-Tart?
Why not?
Wait a second, where were those pretzel Pop-Tarts?
Ooh.
I want to try
this
that.
one's them.
What?
Come here.
Okay,
Come
you-
here. Whoa.
I
Two
want to
boxes,
try
I
that.
think.
It's
Yeah.
well, no, you can...
We are not
I'm not
sponsored.
going to take the whole thing.
Not
So
sponsored.
during the Super Bowl, we saw these pretzel... What are they? Chocolate?
Pretzel
or
chocolate. Have
peanut
you ever
butter?
had them?
Yes.
Have
Are
you
they
had
good?
them?
Yes, pretzel chocolate Pop-Tarts.
Whoa, look at that, guys. Look at that.
They have and they have stuff.
No, they're soft. Why are they you should toast it. Oh, yeah, no. You can have them.
You don't like it?
Well, not bad. In the beginning, I was like, oh, that's not good. What do you want?
Some pretzel.
It's chocolate. It's bad for dogs. Are you going to want more?
No.
Okay, here.
It would be better if it was...
It's all
It
you.
would feel
If it was toasted and
And there's
crunchy.
more inside of it.
There does need
Yeah.
to be a little more filling. Yeah.
Yeah. Liz and Aaron. Okay, my bear ate my hat. Interesting name, by the way. I do like that. Liz and Aaron, can you fit all the goats into one small swing?
No.
No,
No, that would be funny.
don't think so. Oh, happy Mother's Day to UK moms! I didn't know it was Mother's Day in UK. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my God, Stella.
Even Stella says it. Oh, that's good. Somebody surprised her husband with swanky sauce and he loves it.
That's cool.
Um,
I saw the whole... I received peppermint patty. My dogs did not appreciate the goat smell
no.
and will have nothing to do with the Jolly Ball. I'm disappointed in them.
That's funny. They may get over it eventually.
Yeah.
The peppermint patty goat smell.
That's funny.
No, Kathy
Kathy Gamby.
Gamby, Liz, will you make Moo La La a regular part of the lotion sales? Nope, that was a one-of-a-kind special batch. We might do other one-of-a-kind special batches, but we don't know what.
So, I literally only had enough supply
Yeah.
of Moolah La scent and labels to only make that one run. We do have great kids.
Our kids are pretty good. They're not so bad. They do drive me crazy every once in a while.
Your
What?
barn is with... Hold on. Your barn is with your Christmas lights. People are starting to put their Christmas lights back up.
Oh, you know what? That's true. I actually saw that again on Twitter. somewhere, they were encouraging people to put Christmas lights up just to spread cheer and happiness throughout the neighborhood. Yep.
Look at us trend setting.
Trend setting. No, we're just lazy. We just left them up. We call them holiday lights, winter lights. Now they're spring lights. Yep. Yeah.
So now we're back to like how everything else is being canceled too.
Yeah.
Proms are being canceled and people are. Yeah.
Love the graduation idea. I missed it. I missed the graduation idea. See, we kind of want to read all your stuff, but we can't.
I know. We hold on.
Oh, I lost it.
You did?
Yeah, but we're right there.
Okay. Because there was some stuff up higher.
Up higher. How often do you
change the water tub outside? Do you have a lot of bugs in that tub? I know we have problem in Michigan with standing water and mosquitoes in the summer.
Yeah, that water tub.
So that water tub changes over frequently enough. I never see mosquitoes or bugs in it. The occasional beetle will fall in it.
Right.
And I scoop it out with the pool skimmer, but no, honestly.
Because that water tub stays pretty much in the shade most of the day.
Yeah.
It doesn't turn into like a mosquito. Love it.
Yeah. It doesn't get algae and murky.
All right, you gotta move.
It stays really clean actually. And the girls drink it quickly.
They drink a lot of it.
It's turning over. It's turning over quickly. So I honestly, and again, this goes back to the whole, we don't have anything on our farm that all the other goat owners have on their farm. We have a mud puddle. Okay. Any farm you ever go to is going to have a mud puddle. We have water troughs. Well, again, everybody feeds, waters their animals. They have water troughs too. I don't feel like we have anything here on our farm that is unique to us other than we have Cache Valley mosquitoes. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't get it. Yep. All right. I'm looking. Well, Randy's sticking up for us. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Thanks, Randy. One of the 15 guys. I think we're up to 15.
So Nicole Barra said, I got an email that my shirts were being shipped that I ordered after the auction.
Okay.
So if
we'll look
that
into
other
it.
person can just send me a quick email with their order number, I'll look into it because sometimes things happen. In an imperfect world,
this one
things happen. So Pickle asked, I am not sure if you drink the milk that is milked from the moms, could any of the Cache disease be passed through their milk? No, not their milk.
No.
It can be passed through their colostrum, like that first drink of milk. But that's not, I'll say it again, that's the antibodies. The antibodies is what can be passed through the colostrum. That's not going to cause anybody either the kids or humans. I'm not going to drink colostrum, first of all, but that's not going to cause the babies to get Cache Valley.
Right.
They were already infected. Moms were already infected. They already went through the whole thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing caused their birth defects. That's what caused Rainey's jaw to form the way it formed, her cleft palate. That's why Frio is Frio.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Nevaeh. That's why Roman's, the mass in his chest, his enlarged heart. These are all common deformities. If you want to read up on it, there's a lot of good literature on Google. Just
if you got nothing better to do.
Well, and we don't.
Okay, some people. I got so much stuff to do.
Good for you.
Not stuff I want to do.
Okay,
just saying.
In your free time,
that's not one of them either.
While you're going to the bathroom, you can Google search Cache Valley virus.
No, that's fine.
And look at the
Linda
common
Green.
deformities.
I have heard that to watch the commercials is helpful. I have been letting them play because I hoped it helped. True. Yes, it helps, and thank you very much. You don't have to watch the whole thing. 30 seconds of the commercial. 30.
Is it?
Go to 30. I would say about 30.
Case.
Just in case. I think it's like 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds, somewhere around there, is helpful. Some people do put out 2-3 minute commercials, you don't have to watch those.
Yeah. No. Oh my gosh! Didn't somebody?
Somebody said 30 minutes.
Like an hour commercial, and I was like, "Oh gosh, please don't watch that whole thing."
Yeah, you don't have to watch that.
Please don't.
That's somebody putting money behind a YouTube video that they want other people to see.
Oh.
That's all they're doing, and they're running it as a commercial because that's the only way to do that.
Right.
But those views don't count towards your Google AdSense anyway, so they're kind of wasting money. But,
yeah.
all right, Aaron's.
Casey asked, Aaron, streaming speeds are being throttled back in Europe, I read. Do you think YouTube will do that here? And if so, how will that affect the cams or videos?
You know what? I haven't read anything about that yet. And we run at 720p on purpose to keep it a little lower. So we should be good.
They can always throttle us back, and the stream will still go at like, what was it, 144?
Oh yeah, we saw it the other day. It looked garbage,
pixelated and awful, but it's still there.
It's still there. So yeah, I mean, and I don't know when you say the streaming speeds are being throttled back in Europe. That means the internet provider is throttling back the speed, not YouTube. So I highly doubt that would happen in the U.S. because what I do for my day job is we have the worst internet system in the U.S. In other countries, it's cleaner, meaning it's like I don't want to say it's a monopoly where you can only buy it from one company, but it's easier to throttle it all. Like, for example, we're on Comcast. Most of the people here on this side of Connecticut are on Comcast.
Yeah.
But just 20, 30 miles away, people can be on a totally different provider.
Right.
And is that provider throttling and this one's not? And like it's so segmented in the US. We're not just one provider for electric, it's different. Like, actually, no, the town right over across the street is on a different electric company. So yeah, it's all mishmash. It's like a quilted system in the U.S.
I'd love to have a follow-up question to Hammer Candy's question.
Yes, go for it.
Mosquito netting.
Mosquito netting.
I'm gonna put moo in a mosquito hat.
Oh gosh, we are not.
What am I supposed to?
We're
not.
Who
or what am I mosquito netting? You know, this is the other frustrating part about what happened because we were all so nervous about Triple E last year that we were turning the goats in early.
We were. Triple E. Yeah, I remember that.
And yet.
Yeah, get all the goats into. Well, mosquitoes can go in the barn, so it doesn't matter.
But not not super readily. They'd have to find their way in, and you would think closing them in would protect them from exposure to these mosquitoes. So we were already taking mosquito precautions of closing them in early because we didn't want them to get Triple E, having no idea we were trying to also prevent Cache Valley, which apparently did not work.
Right. Yep.
I mean, they didn't get Triple E, so there's a plus. Lee's W asked what happened with the bunnies the other day. Jake saw a rat, or at least he thought he saw a rat.
Yeah.
He said it was underneath one of the trays.
I think we do have a little mouse/rat problem. From what we've seen.
Somebody keeps overfeeding the rabbits and spilling without raking every time.
Right.
People want to know why I'm obsessed with raking. It's because I need to get the grain up off of the floor.
Right.
So we need to do a better job of raking in the rabbitry. And our barn cats could really, do some work too.
Interesting. Sorry, Granny Barb put some interesting fact in the middle of the chat here.
In the middle of the pasture?
Yeah. Like, dig a hole, put a big pole in the middle of the pasture, and put a bird. Is that a birdhouse? Some swallow?
Swallow houses. So
swallow houses.
We have swallows all over.
All over. We have them everywhere.
We have them everywhere.
Those the same ones that live in my garage?
Yep.
Oh, those. I hate those birds. Yeah.
We have them everywhere.
We have them everywhere.
We have barn swallows everywhere. I don't know.
Could Jules carry moose pattern if bred? Linda Green.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know how to get moose pattern. If I knew how to get moose pattern, we'd have more moose. Yeah, I mean, Jules is part of Moo, so she's definitely carrying half of Moo's genetics.
Yeah.
But Jules can't be bred, so.
Right. So Susie asked, can you grow your own hay? Would it be cheaper than buying? There's a break-even point on making your own hay. They say it's like 50 acres around here. Like, if you can't hay 50 acres of land, don't even get into it. Because of the equipment and the time and the effort it takes. If you're on only 10 acres, it's not worth it. And that's 10 acres with our home and our driveway.
Right. It's not a 10-acre field.
It's not a 10-acre field. Right. So, yeah, right in that 50-acre. I mean, you could probably get away with 30 or 40 if you're only doing it for yourself and not a business. But, yeah, no, it wouldn't be worth it. So, build a bat house. We've talked about that.
We've talked about it. We have bats here.
Yeah.
So I know they're housing somewhere, but yeah, I guess we can. I've read so many different things about bat houses. Like, if you don't do them quite right, you're never gonna have a bat move in.
Yeah.
So.
And Barbara asked, how old do the kids have to be before the platform comes in? Barbara, I tried to put the platform in the other day.
They want a kiddie pool instead.
But the kiddie pool is what's there now.
Right now.
So we don't know.
What I didn't want to happen was I knew there was going to be some disruption to the herd dynamics. I did not want Danica or Amy or Harper to try to play queen of the platform and fall, get hurt, whatever, during that time. So I didn't want Amy specifically to have access to the platform where she can hurt herself. Jan OH asked, will you make any more of Charlotte's Garden lotion? So Charlotte's Garden is a seasonal fragrance. It did really well. Maybe it'll come back next spring.
Yeah, it'd be a seasonal, right?
Yeah, it's not something that we will add to the everyday lineup. At least not at this point.
Not at this point, right. Juicy Lucy's still here, though.
Well, next month is Lilac, right?
I think so.
Because it's April, and that's Jack's month.
Yeah.
So Lilac's next month. Lilac will always be Jack's. I saw somebody asked where I got this blanket from. This was actually
been asked like 8 times.
I know. I feel bad for not answering it.
Oh.
Out of privacy, I cannot tell you who, but somebody sent it to me, and that's it.
That's it. That's all you get. Yeah, it was sent here. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your plans for next week as far as the barns? No idea. Oh, I got to move more hay in, but that's probably tomorrow. Roxy asked that question.
Okay.
Possibly the babies will be able to run around the whole pasture eventually. Amy's going to move into her own.
Do we know if Lowe's is considered essential?
I don't know. I actually tried calling them today and nobody picked up. It just went through some automation thing.
Maybe that means they're not essential.
No, well, I was not patient.
Oh, you weren't patient. There's a difference. Okay.
Can your pond be a mosquito place?
Again.
Yeah,
how many other farms have ponds, though?
Right, and it's way down there.
You know, and it's not directly. It's a good. How long would you say that is between the pond and where the barn is?
That's actually a good question. This one.
Did you not just?
Yeah. How far? What? Sorry. Go ahead.
How far is it from the barn to the pond?
Oh gosh, 100 yards. More than that. 200 yards. Yeah, about 600-700 feet. No, way more than that.
200 yards would be 2 baseball fields.
Football fields.
Football fields.
It's 300 feet to House of Pie. So another 300 feet after that. Yeah, so 2 football fields. 600 feet away.
Okay.
That's not that far for a mosquito.
Not for a mosquito, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
we drive by that horse farm all the time. They got 2 ponds in their front yard.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
like.
I know, but this was a good one. Harley, right?
Wow. So, Harley Jane, thank you for asking this very smart question. Because our vet actually, when we had our first case...
Read the question.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Would a state environmentalist be interested in doing some testing at your farm for the Cache Valley mosquito?
Yeah.
So when we had the first case Cache Valley in Connecticut, Cornell tested Danica's blood, came back positive for Cache Valley. Ding, ding, ding. You think red flags would go off. Cornell would be like, ooh, we should probably look into this. We've never had a case of Cache Valley
in New England.
In New England. We might want to start thinking about this.
Yeah.
And the effects
they said
that
no.
this virus is going to have on not just the goat industry, but the sheep and lamb industry, because that's where it originally started.
Yeah,
Nobody did shit.
I love it. Yeah, they said no. They said, yeah, we're not interested.
They were like, oh, no, you're all set.
Yep.
You'd think somebody would pay attention.
Yep.
Now we have another case.
Another case.
2 cases in 1 year.
Yep. And they still said no, by the way. Yep. They said no. They were like, no, there's no way you got Cache Valley in Connecticut. Yes, we do. Didn't Cornell tell us that? They were like, yeah, we're not testing for that. That doesn't happen in Connecticut.
I cannot disclose that information.
Yeah, we can't disclose all that. All I know is that it hasn't been easy. That's it.
It's been nothing but
yeah,
headaches. People like, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
It's a forensic and a science project all at the same time. And
yeah,
there's no, I don't know how to say it.
There's no funding behind it.
There's no funding behind it.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Exactly.
No. I mean, I do, but
but
nobody.
It's not like the
Chris West Moo is asking for a cookie.
It's not like the beef industry, like a huge industry, and like 20 cows drop dead in one season. Then
and how mad the cow farmers would be.
There'd be people all over it. The state would show up, all that, whatever.
Sorry to say, but they're just goats.
They're just goats, right?
And I'm not saying that to be mean or anything,
but that's the way the industry looks at it.
Every medication we give our goats is off-label, meaning it was not made for goats. No research was done with that medication to say, hey, that's what the dose should be, or this is how many days you should give it to the goat for. Everything is off-label because there's zero funding behind goat research.
I think your phone just died. Nope, never mind.
Never mind, it's back. Amy, not Amy, how do you come up with your own fragrance? Well, you take some fragrances you like and you blend them and you test and yeah. I don't know how to go through that process. That's just something we end up playing with.
Linda Green said she remember when she came across our farm and the goat and the table said Syman Says Farms right on the wood is how she remembered to come back.
Yeah.
How she found us again. Well, yeah,
it'll come back. I need Amy to be safe and Harper. I don't need anybody taking a tumble off of that when they're so close to their due dates. So it'll come back. Once Harper goes out to have her babies, the platform will likely come back, and for now it'll be the slide, the pool. I was really hoping that Walmart or somebody would have their little kiddie pools in stock soon, that we could get a larger one so that more babies could fit in, but everything's closed.
I think we finally caught up. We are up. We are there. When is Amy going on camera? You know what? That's a very good question, Linda. And we are going to end this Q&A and head out there and try to figure that out.
Typo Queen. Goat lives matter.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes, they do.
That was a good one. So last but not least, how is everybody doing? You guys all right?
You guys all right?
Everybody good?
You guys have asked us all the questions.
We just talked for 2 hours. Now it's your turn. How are you?
We'll wait.
We'll just wait.
In the meantime,
I've got nowhere to go.
Lisa and Nat actually asked the question, why can't Jules be bred? Because we know that Moo was affected by Cache Valley virus, Jules, Roman, and Nevaeh were all affected. Some more than others. So Nevaeh, obviously the worst. She was affected so badly she passed away an hour or so after being born. Roman, with his enlarged heart and his mass in his chest. Jules, we don't know what's wrong with her, and we may never know. And
she may grow up to be a perfectly fine goat, and you not even notice it.
Right.
Kind of like Papi did for a while.
Right. But as what happened with Papi, and she was perfectly fine until she got pregnant, we don't know what a pregnancy will do to Jules. So the easy answer here and the best, most safest answer for her is that she goes to a pet home and she's not bred.
Yeah.
And she can just live her life being a pretty little goat that she is.
Yep.
So,
Lori Coleman asked, I have a coworker that would like me to put goat lotion on something for them to smell. What can I use to do this? Well, if they're a coworker and you work with them, put it on your hands.
Don't put it on your hands. We are under.
Well, not
we're
right now.
Under quarantine.
I didn't mean like right now. How is she gonna get? Okay, if I said put it on an index card and let your coworker smell the index.
I mean, the best
How's she gonna get that?
Well, the best thing is.
Is she trying to mail it?
No, it's a coworker.
It's a coworker. You don't have to mail it.
No.
That's my point.
You just bring the bottle into work and let them.
You shouldn't be that close to your coworker right now.
You really shouldn't.
You should.
3 to 6 feet.
Bring the
people.
bottle. This is what we do at the fair.
We have
Because
testers.
not everybody wants to test them and smell like 8 different. We unscrew the top and smell it, and then screw the top back on. That's how we do it when we do that one.
Scroll down. Let's see how everybody is.
Okay.
There. I saw great.
Okay. Let's see.
As long as you stay on, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm great. I'm okay. Just been very depressed. Yeah. I can understand that. And I hope that was...
do I need to sing in the barn? Will that help? Who asked
no.
that? Yeah.
Please say no.
Okay, Luke, we hear
Luke
you.
is telling us.
Luke's telling us we're done.
So Typo Queen and I think, are on the same page.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I'm emotionally... Is that not the exact wording I said before? Yep. I just feel emotionally drained.
Kathy A., you still can't find toilet paper?
What? Now I feel like I gotta ship her some.
Do we have
I don't
her
have
address?
any.
Do we have Kathy A.'s address?
Maybe.
He might. I don't know. We might have to look that up.
We're making sure we don't stay complacent. That's good.
Yes.
I think having a schedule, like a routine of every day.
Okay, Luke, I'm on my way.
You get up you don't sleep in, although we've been sleeping
Oh,
in.
I've been sleeping every day. It's like an extra 15.
You gotta go potty outside?
I'll be right back. You come potty with me. Not with me, but with Luke.
Outside.
Ah, ow. I'm old. My legs. Keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was one of the biggest suggestions that even the teacher said was make sure the kids are staying on a schedule, you stay on a schedule, and make sure you do something. Get outside every day, get some fresh air. I think that helps getting the vitamin D in your, from the sun and everything. Is it vitamin D? I think so. And just making sure that we keep everything just try to be somewhat normal. Freaking out. Yep. This one, Raggedy Ann says, freaking out about only being paid for 2 weeks and worried my job will be closed longer. Other than that, doing good, doing some deep cleaning, which when you're done at your house, come to our house. And yeah, I think that's definitely something to be freaking out over. But I think at the same time, the government is making those... are you gonna belly flop? You just complained that you're too old.
Well, I gotta make sure these people aren't depressed and they're entertained, so I'm going to help out any way I can.
You're gonna hurt somebody, and I'm afraid it might be me.
Okay, where are we at?
How was that? Oh, I don't know. Holding up the house. Or holding up in the house. Holding up in-house. I don't know.
Is it still scrolling?
No.
Oh, it's not?
No. You actually have to still work.
Ugh.
Just use the little scrolly button.
Where'd it go? There it is.
Right there.
Okay.
I'm okay. So I guess everybody's hanging in there.
Oh.
We're trying.
Yep. Wow.
Oh no, I saw somebody say sing your heart out. Hold on, I wanted to see what the emotionally, that was the emotionally drained, but otherwise.
You were here.
Okay. Hanging in there, Stella snoring. Typo Queen's question about are you not going to breed Penelope then? As of right now, we don't know who we're breeding next year. These are all questions we're going to try to answer the closer we get to breeding season.
Granny Barb said email the CDC about Cache Valley virus.
Okay.
They're a little busy right now.
I don't think they're gonna get back to me.
They're gonna hold off for a little bit. But there might be something on that site. It looks like.
I wonder what Cache Valley. So I saw it can be passed to humans, but that it's not like a big thing.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I'm sure it may be a big thing if you were pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you think? I can't work in a restaurant. Nope. Neither can I.
I think we're done.
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
I think so. Susan, no singing in the barn.
No singing. Yeah.
Some people are saying singing. Other people are saying no.
Yeah, I'll try to
keep dancing though.
Keep dancing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can't find them.
We do know how important this camera is to everybody, so
nice.
We're gonna keep going as long as we can with the cameras if we lose internet, because for whatever reason the companies do throttle our internet. Keep up to date.
Yeah, we might just go down to one cam, maybe lower the quality.
Yeah, we're gonna do updates on the Syman Says Farms Facebook page as well as the live page, and try to keep everybody up to date with that. We'll do what we can. It's I think it would be stupid for the companies to throttle internet speeds.
Yep.
Because that right now is a lot of people's only
it's
saving
just
grace.
we're at the point though where the U.S. government literally just opened up more airwaves spectrum is what it's called for you nerds out there. So more data traffic can flow that's not being used by somebody else that owns it, because there's just so many people using the internet right now. It's like it's at a tipping point to
I saw Connie's comment about how, she's like, I'm not gonna lie, I have my moments.
I saw that too. Yeah.
100%. We are all gonna have our moments.
Yeah. And
I think the best thing I was told today was to allow yourself to have those moments and then pick up your big girl panties and move on. Have your moment, allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, but then don't let it ruin the rest of your day. Don't dwell in that headspace. Deal with it and move on.
Yep. Tomorrow I'm going to deal with it by making banana bread. Probably.
That's
therapeutic. And then eating all of it.
We can't eat our feelings, Aaron. It's not healthy.
Yep. Don't lower the quality on the cams. I don't want to, cow person. I actually want to raise them and go back to 1080p. But they seem to crash more often when I go to 1080p because it's harder. It's harder to push high def data on two cameras all the time, especially when you have two kids at home that like Xbox, and now you've got that, and it's just
Go ahead and make sure that one's shown.
Yeah, we're showing that one.
We're showing that one.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I think definitely my advice would be check in with your family. We have the luxury of having video chat and cell phones that we can still connect with people without being in the same room. So make sure you're calling your 84-year-old Nana, and we're checking in with our family and trying to make sure everybody stays safe. And thank you, Brenda, for actually reminding me of that. We have to make sure, our moderator Elizabeth is in the military, Matthew James and his friend Joey, and all the other service members that we have that are either related to our villagers or are part of our village. Make sure that you are sending out your prayers or your well wishes or your good thoughts, your good juju, something, whatever you believe in. Rub the Buddha belly. I don't care, but they are our superheroes right now. and what they're doing.
All of them, the nurses, the doctors, all of them.
All of our military,
yeah.
all of our doctor friends, nurse friends.
Yep.
They're all superheroes, and they're all doing what they're doing right now with equipment that is less than par. A lot of them don't have what they need to protect themselves, and if they get sick, we're screwed.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
We're screwed.
Yeah.
So, with that said, we're going to turn this camera off.
And head out to the barn and stop these dogs from barking.
Good luck with that.
If I ever get another dog, it needs to be a dog that doesn't bark.
You know Stella doesn't bark very much.
She's actually not that bad, but she licks herself all the time and keeps me awake and snores a lot. All right, I'm done. This isn't complaining, guys.
A lot.
I'm not complaining. See, this is... I'm trying to be comical. That's it.
That
I'm
wasn't
done.
funny.
Okay, turn this off. I'm going. Bye-bye. I got to go get the dog. You say bye. And you don't just hit off. You got to do it from your phone.
I
Here,
know.
here you go.
As
Okay.
if it's my first day here.
Yep.
All right, guys. Once I find the button, you'll know because I'm going to go away. So, bye, guys. Just kidding. That wasn't the button. Shoot, that wasn't either.
Hey.
Stop laughing at me, everybody. I don't really know how to do this. Oh, I know how to do it now. Here we go.